Hello, Aries. Looks like you are the next one out, charging forward with your Aries card here. Act. And this is really calling out to act with full intentionality and wisdom, the ability to communicate our power effectively, efficiently, intuitively, and to impact our environment with our passionate will. Let's see what's coming out for you. Oh, well, right off the bat, empowerment flipped out. So yeah, acting for your empowerment. I was seeing the sign of Pluto on the third eye of the ram there. So an intuitive transformation. There's a lot of electricity. I'm seeing the lightning bolts on either side here. Something jolting or awakening. Look at that, the divine masculine. Empowering your masculine self, whether you're feminine or masculine, looks like, true empowerment, it says, is realized. It supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. So it helps us to bring that true sense of power, the character behind it, into fruition, and not power dynamics and display and control tactics and maneuvers. Fertility. So it looks like you have a lot of ideas about how to change and where you need to go. May even be so much creative potential energy that you are almost overwhelmed with the potentials and which way you would go. A lot of interest, a lot of fires burning at one time, which can definitely lead to burnout if you're burning that candle at both ends. Synergy talks about the need to make the best use of this. Synergy says to work with others with the flow of everything. There's third eye chakra at the bottom of the deck. Yes, the intuitive transformation. But yeah, synergy is about working with our inspiration too, especially with that third eye. What's under third eye? Gaia. Incoherence. And under that, belief in earth. So earth and Gaia. So it's talking about the demands of the physical world as well. So you have a lot of responsibilities, you have your own life to contend with, but then you have these inspirations, which may seem to be at cross purposes, but there's an understanding, a dawning resonance of how this can play into your life, how it can be integrated into your life, and how you can carve out time at 3:33. Coherence is about resonance. So I'm also saying that there's a lot of brainstorming potential and cooperative energy if you can gather around some like-minded, motivated individuals and work with the combined forces of your energy. And I was just going through this Art of War deck, and there was one, I don't think I left it on here. I'll read you this in a moment, but it was talking about the something about the wise one, the best general, or some type of something. The higher mind will pay less attention to the individual and what they bring to the table, in more value upon how the energies work with each other, because there's so much more that can happen with a group of people that know how to cooperate and inspire and collaborate and support each other, versus a group of highly skilled, independent individuals that all want to be doing their own thing. It's like each one has a great idea of them on them, their own right, by their own right. However, there's no cohesion, there's no coherence, there's no resolving of other people's shortcomings like there is in the group. And so it may be that you are able to rise into a position of more prominence and leadership here with your ability to get the right people on board. I don't know if you're in a hiring process or if you're looking at contractors in some type of a way, but you're looking at individuals that can be contributors to the whole versus individuals who want to compete and create all kinds of dramas inside of the dynamic. My hands might be confusing, folks. Sorry about that. Okay, so the Sun Tzu says, if in the midst of difficulties we're always ready to seize an advantage, we may extricate ourselves from misfortune. So, okay. So looking for opportunities and exit strategies. Maybe there's something that is becoming dramatic and you're taking it upon yourself to see your way out of a situation that's just drama and dead ends. Argue with respect. If both parties can remain respectful of one another during an argument, then the resolution will be something worth having. A serious argument can end in the destruction of a relationship, leaving devastation for both the defeated and the conqueror. An authentic victory is a victory over aggression, one that respects the enemy and renders further conflict unnecessary. Okay, I think that speaks for itself right there. So, yeah, you're demanding respect, and this is reminding me of a situation that came to me, and I can see myself as both the one in this situation that had the injustice done to me, but I can see how I have done that to other individuals in my past, and that's true growth right there, where you can say, okay, I can see how I've been there, and so therefore it's not worth having an argument. It's just setting that firm boundary and saying, yeah, no. And it was mockery. And when somebody wants to say something to another individual, I've recognized that the so-called toxic masculine will poke at the individual and try to get a rise out of them, try to shake them into some type of submission or acquiesce to their point, something like that. And in this situation, there was a correction being made, and I love to get things right. I want to be here training for my perfection, right? So I don't mind being corrected. But then the individual had to go and do something with their body as though that was part of the way that I had acted. And I've seen different people act in similar ways where they're saying, oh, no, you're wrong, quit doing that, quit doing that. And it's like, if somebody's been bullied into being so-called weak, then do we really truly on any level think that by bullying them further out, that we can bully them out of being submissive and fearful? The only thing that can do that is love. I'm sorry to sound like the voice of the Great Mother, but not really. The empty room and the tear showing themselves here. Somebody crying in the dark over something that has really seemed to diminish your value. That mockery, it's definitely something that when I get irritated too, I will sometimes say, oh, well, you were like this, as though I can demonstrate it. And then I have this voice that I attribute to whoever. It's not specific to the individual. It's something that belongs to me and to that process. And so somebody may have treated you that way. This may be going on in this group dynamic or this partnership here, but your ability to take control of the situation and be the person that can put a firm boundary and set a new standard for emotional maturity is a huge offering in this situation to bring life back to the boxed thinking. It's like the people that have abandoned themselves have no problem being bullied and being bullies on some level. And they just push that forward. But when you're standing in your inner temple, you not only won't tolerate that from other individuals, but you're not going to do that to other individuals. So we can witness ourselves if we've been the one with the transgression that we were mocking or disrespecting or otherwise crossing some type of a boundary and have been checked on that, we can definitely say within ourselves that we're going to take the ram by the horns, our primal instincts that has been acting from some level of need or ego or some type of misdirected passion here, and we can empower it to be the divine, uplifted masculine that is protective versus devouring. Oh, I have this deck upside down. Sorry, let me just correct that. I'm seeing the sword and the threshold. So we're cutting away indifference and we're standing on the threshold and we're demanding that there's a new standard here. See the light and the dark and the dark and the light. It's like the demand that we all act with integrity, pulling on the thread of previous karma, the threshold. So there's something about bringing a new day, lifting up the process, because fertility of synergy is like we're not cooperating effectively. This is the problem. So if you can take leadership in this situation, it looks like other individuals have recognized this too, but didn't necessarily know how to fix it. So there's some type of leadership here that you're bringing. The shadow, no doubt. 28, the shadow. It's all black and white under that power card. So power and control dynamics are definitely going to be in the spotlight this year as Pluto makes its final ingress and into the sign of Aquarius, but it's going to be sitting there right on the precipice, right on the threshold of Aquarius for some time. The unseen and the destroyer. We've been talking about that a little bit. So the destroyer and the unseen, it's almost like the shadow is the unseen aspect of self. We don't often look at the shadow, and it can operate in all types of individuals on different levels. And often the shadow reacts the fastest to the unseen elements of others. It starts to perceive of things that belong someplace else and starts to diminish and destroy instead of protect. And I see that you're calling out the elephant in the room and making sure that we're all adults here. The shaman, yes, diamond. Yeah, it's like you've rolled the dice. I'm seeing somebody throw the dice down or maybe like drop the mic. Yeah, dropping the mic. Like you've said something. Okay, the ocean. That's interesting. We already had the tear. Couple more. Dead end. Maybe there isn't much that can be salvaged out of this situation, but it looks like you're empowered for your own fresh start and that you've figured out how to work appropriately with groups and adults and perhaps children. And so this isn't a complete loss. You are recognizing a better way to do things, and you're able to harness this. And you can put that on your resume, about how you are able to work with synergy and groups, and how you don't mind being an empowered leader to make sure that everybody is working as a team. There's some type of teamwork energy here that you're understanding. So, yeah, there's something you have been seeing perhaps as a challenge, but that is actually coming through as an opportunity. The opportunity is ready but waiting. That card came out quite a bit the other day. So there's an opportunity to create a peaceful resolution here, but it might just be a peaceful resolution of your own needs and the circumstances. A lot of cards. I'm going to put it back. Connection showing itself. Center. Renewal. Renewing the core of yourself. Feeling centered in your truth. Context and renewal. Being able to see the unseen context of people's ego and the flow of the cosmos even, and how Pluto can make us all act out of our shadow space. But the shaman can traverse different layers of reality with ease. And so the shaman is one who leads us through the threshold of our own veils and masks to navigate our darkness. It's very interesting. The ocean and the dead end. The ocean is vast, and the dead end is a big stop sign. And we had earlier something about all the rivers going down to one stream. Here's the potential card. Look at that wounded inner center there, and this individual's all muddy here. It's almost like they had a mask on but then lifted it up. I'm seeing that in this card today. So yeah, it's like somebody has car keys in their hand, I'm seeing, and or one of those makeup compacts with the little mirror in it, or a cell phone that they're looking into, and it's a triggering moment, like somebody has done something, said something, or an email comes through. So look at this child inside, and then the child inside here. There's a closing of an old cycle here, a death and a transformation process. I don't know if you're seeing a shaman or if you are the shaman, but I would think that you are the one that's leading this. But maybe for some of you, this is a shamanic course that you're taking, a shaman's healing journey that's able to put that group energy to higher purpose. Or maybe you're somebody who dreams of doing this, creating a retreat for others to come. And yeah, that sounds really amazing. It feels like there are definitely several of you here that are working towards that. Your previous experiences with faulty and toxic group dynamics, particularly the toxic masculine within all of us, this patriarchal, hierarchical, material illusion, and you're finally at the place where you're understanding and having belief in your intuitive capacity to provide this service for others. And maybe the universe has been pushing you to take action on these goals or dreams of yours. And there's something else that's been bolstering you, like a job or something, and you finally had it with the dynamics of that job. And it's like you've gone as far as you can go in this group dynamic or this other place, and perhaps there's some type of redirection, a divine intervention that feels almost like a rejection or a loss, and this is allowing you to say, all right, enough is enough in this regard, or it's taken out of your hands, like being fired or being replaced on a board or something. So be it. The ocean is vast, and if the universe says that our time there has expired, it's for us to see what else is my ultimate potential. Look at that space card. So taking time and space to recollect yourself. Expectation of, I want to say, renewal. I love those bison down there. So yeah, maybe you may live out in the plains region of the US or something, and I'm seeing someone do some ranching, even if it's horses or something else, or cows, cattle. There's some type of dream coming into being, this expectation of the vision taking form, and a healing center that assists individuals in transforming their own potential into reality. Friction. So yeah, there's been friction at play in this group dynamic. Or maybe it's been a long, hard road trying to get to this retreat, or to build your resources, or to find the property or the group, the proper group. Like if you want to connect with a group and do this off-grid thing. I used to believe that that would be my destiny, and we'll see myself. I'm not an Aries. Moderation. Be willing and able to take this friction energy and transmute it into this positive expectation, and through the moderation of like a group moderator. Do the same thing with your inner self, mentor your inner self into the consistency and the belief in your capacity and in the resonance that you're building with others. And yeah, believe in the power of your dreams. So you'll have to tell me in the comments if any of those resonate for you. But I would suppose for the greater majority, it's going to be a group dynamic and an opportunity for us to be a leader with a lot of character, and to bring a lot of energy into the groups. Fertility and synergy is a real powerful combination. Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness was just down there. Create space for new love. Yeah, only love can do that. If we're healing some level of toxicity, the only thing that can surpass self-judgment is self-love. And I know it sounds cheesy, but how do we quantify self-love? It's by proper self-respect and moderating our aggressive or passionate influences. It's by arguing with respect. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally and unquestionably worth it? How about living forever, wildly in love, and being loved wildly? You have so much to look forward to, the universe. Change is always good, and karma is on your side. You're being looked on with favorable eyes for engaging in this process. Even if you've had some transgressions, you're moving through this process of empowering your divine masculine with an ability to act for the greater good, and your passions are not to be subdued and repressed, but to be integrated with the kindness and the character versus the harsher elements that have been demonstrated by others. So I think we'll leave it there. I hope that hit the mark for you, Aries. And please, if it did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, help me get the content out, and check back for other messages soon. Thanks a lot.